Well, hey, everybody, this is Robert, and welcome to Outbreak News TV. Now, I want to go back a few years, and in 2013, an initial index patient was reported in December of 2013. It was an 18-month-old boy from a small village in Guinea, and it was believed he had been infected by bats. After 5 additional cases of fatal diarrhea occurred in the area, an official medical alert was issued on January 24, 2014, to the district health officials. The Ebola virus soon spread to Guinea's capital city of Conakry, and on March 13, 2014, the Ministry of Health in Guinea issued an alert for an unidentified illness. Shortly after, the Pasteur Institute in France confirmed the illness as Ebola Virus Disease, caused by Zaire Ebola virus. On March 23, 2014, with 49 confirmed cases and 29 fatalities, the World Health Organization officially declared an outbreak of Ebola virus disease. Now, they go on to say that weak surveillance systems and a poor public health infrastructure contributed to the difficulties surrounding the containment of this outbreak, and it quickly spread to Guinea's bordering countries, Liberia and Sierra Leone. By July 2014, the outbreak spread to the capitals of all 3 countries. This was the first time Ebola virus disease extended out from more isolated rural areas into densely populated urban centers, providing an unprecedented opportunity for transmission. By August 8, 2014, the World Health Organization declared the deteriorating situation in West Africa a public health emergency of international concern. So to give you, that was the beginning, right? That was the beginning. It started out in Guinea in late 2013. Liberia was first declared Ebola free in May of 2015. However, additional cases were found and treated, and the country was again declared Ebola free in September 2015. More cases were discovered in November 2015. And on January 14, 2016, Liberia again announced it was Ebola-free. However, cases were again detected in March and April of that year. Finally, in June 1st, 2016, Liberia made its final declaration. Sierra Leone was declared Ebola-free in March 17, 2016. And in Guinea, it was finally declared Ebola-free in June 2016. So this outbreak went on for about 2.5 years after that first case, and it ended up with nearly 29,000 cases and over 11,000 fatalities, by far the largest Ebola outbreak ever since it was first recognized in 1976. And not only that, this particular outbreak did spread to quite a few different areas other than these 3 main countries, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, which was obviously the bulk of them. There were plenty of cases found in some other countries, Italy, Mali, Nigeria. Nigeria saw 20 cases, of which almost all of them were confirmed by the laboratory, and 8 deaths. And I remember very clearly this was a huge deal because Nigeria did such a good job at shutting this down. There were cases positive. I believe it was even in Lagos, which is like one of the largest cities in the world. And there was a lot of fear that this would spread like wildfire, but Nigeria did a yeoman's job of locking down this Ebola outbreak. And then you can see the other countries. Senegal saw a case, and there were cases in Spain, the UK, and the US. Well, that brings me up to a report from Saturday, February 13th, and this is from Guinea Media, and it's in French, so this is computer translated, and it says Ebola back in Guinea, ? The Minister of Health, Remy Lama, specifies. And it says, the Guinean Minister of Health provided details on the alleged return of Ebola hemorrhagic disease in Guinea. Dr. Remy Lama announced that extensive investigations are being made to confirm whether or not these patients currently in care are suffering from Ebola. He said, however, that the results of the first tests carried out in local laboratories in the forest region would have had confirmed cases of Ebola manifested by symptoms of fever, vomiting, and diarrhea. And he goes on to say that the patients all come from the sub-prefecture of Guinea, located about 45 kilometers from Nizirikore. I'm sure I'm butchering these names. But since yesterday, we have been monitoring the situation. We have already made all the arrangements even before the samples are sent to the laboratory, he said. How many are sick? At the moment, there are 3 patients who are hospitalized, and there have been 3 cases of death for the moment, said the Minister of Health. But he went on to say that he's awaiting test results, confirmatory results from another laboratory in Conakry before making any declaration. And, quote, before making any statement, we await the results of the second test. The samples have already arrived here, said the Minister of Health. Like something out of a movie show or a TV show, to be continued. So that's what we came up with yesterday. So there was a lot of concern in the public health community around the world. And then this popped up a few hours ago on Twitter. This is from the World Health Organization African region. It says, new Ebola outbreak declared in Guinea by health authorities today. 3 cases have been confirmed in the rural community of Guinea. This is the first time the disease has been reported since the last outbreak ended in 2016. And then the World Health Organization put out a more thorough news release on it. And they mentioned that the country of Guinea declared the outbreak. Initial investigations found that a nurse from a local health facility died on January 28th. Following her burial, 6 people who attended the funeral reported Ebola-like symptoms, and 2 of them died, while the other 4 have been hospitalized. Quote, it's a huge concern to see the resurgence of Ebola in Guinea, a country which has already suffered so much from the disease. However, banking on the expertise and experience built during the previous outbreak, health teams in Guinea are on the move to quickly trace the path of the virus and curb further infections. This is according to Dr. Matshidiso Moeti with the World Health Organization in Africa. Again, quote, who is supporting the authorities to setting up testing, contact tracing, treatment structures, and to bring the overall response to full speed. Another thing they're going to be looking at, of course, is the vaccines, which have shown some effectiveness in recent outbreaks in the DRC. And going back to some local media, there was a statement released today where Guinean authorities announced a series of measures that were going to be taken to contain the spread of the epidemic. And sorry for this website has an unusual amount of pop-up ads. It's really, really bad. But it says the health authorities were informed about the detection of the Ebola disease, Ebola virus cases, symptoms of diarrhea, vomiting, and bleeding. People that participated in this burial we've already talked about. Faced with this situation and an application with international health regulations, the government declares an epidemic of Ebola. A crisis meeting was held on Sunday, today, February 14th, and they came up with the following recommended measures. Isolation of all suspected cases, case investigation to clarify data, identify other suspected cases, and identify all contacts to be isolated. Sending an emergency investigation mission from the central level in support of local teams in the city. Activation of the coordination and technical commissions of Ebola response. Activation of intersectorial coordination through the One Health platforms. Supply of sensitization, prevention, diagnostic, and care inputs. Opening of treatment centers for cases. Accelerating the procurement of vaccines against Ebola from the World Health Organization, and implementing of standard procedures. So we got this coming, and the government just reminds the public and health authorities to be aware of the suggestive signs of Ebola, in this case, fever, diarrhea, vomiting, and bleeding. And then there's a Dr. Sakoba Kieta, How We Intend to Defeat Ebola. And he's the Director General of the National Health Security Agency. And he announced that the large investigative team made up of the World Health Organization, the US CDC, are mobilized to investigate the origin of the resurgence of the disease. A vaccination campaign will be carried out to block the road of the deadly virus, which had killed more than 11,000 people between 2014 and 2015. So those are some of the plans that they got here. He goes on to say, the lethal weapon against Ebola is the vaccine. So contacts have been made with the World Health Organization. Before the end of next week, we will do everything to make these vaccines available in Guinea. Measures are in progress. The vaccine team we sent to Congo, their leader is there, and he is reconstituting his team so that as soon as the vaccines arrive, they can leave with the vaccines to be able to vaccinate the population exposed. At present, the World Health Organization is also mobilizing to support Guinea in the new war against Ebola. Vaccines could be available as of Monday, February 15th, or at the latest in 72 hours, they say. And lastly, the Africa CDC had a few comments about this today also. They repeated many of the things that we already know. But they say, in response to this new Ebola virus disease outbreak, or these cases, the African Union Commission has been informed of the outbreak and is ready to offer the comprehensive support of all African Union organs. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will continue working with the government of the Republic of Guinea and is preparing to deploy an advanced emergency response support team of experts in the next 48 hours. It will continue to mobilize its expertise and resources to support the response. Africa CDC is closely monitoring the situation in collaboration with the West Africa Health Organization. The Africa CDC will call for an emergency meeting of experts to better coordinate emergency responses in Guinea and the neighboring countries across the region. Right, and you have to be thinking about because I believe these cases are pretty close to the border of their neighbors. So you got to be thinking, what are the governments of Liberia and Sierra Leone doing to ramp things up? I looked around, I didn't really see much, so I have nothing really to report, but no doubt that they have to be working on something at this point, because nobody wants the 2014-2016 outbreak to happen again. Anyway, so that's big news coming out of Africa. And of course, we have, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, we have 4 confirmed cases over there. The distance between DRC and Guinea is somewhere around 2,300 miles. So it's a long distance, and don't know if it's the same strain. We have no information on that kind of stuff right now. But a lot of activity going on in Africa as far as Ebola virus disease. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this program. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you liked it. Share it with your friends, like the video, comment below, and I'll see you next time.